we just talked with Chip and we talked with Nick, and both of them referred to you as a stuff guy and maybe the best stuff on the team. How would you describe yourself as a pitcher?
I would say that's pretty accurate. Obviously, I have some work to do in refining my pitchability. But I believe in my stuff, just as much as anybody in the country does. And I think I have good enough stuff to, play with just about anybody. And, I have all the confidence in myself. And it also really helps that, we have such a great defense behind us. So maybe that, plays up myself a little bit. But I would say that that's a pretty accurate statement.
And by stuff, like what pitches are you most using?
I would say that my best pitch overall would probably be my slider. I feel, that's my most comfortable out pitch. I can throw that in any count as well. And then obviously the velocity on the fastball plays into it a little bit, but I have all the confidence in all of my pitches, with my cutter, my changeup, my sinker, everything, kind of plays its role in my arsenal, and hopefully that I can, go out there and do exactly what I want to with each pitch.
What kind of experience do you have in postseason? Did you pitch in the postseason at FEMA last year?
No, unfortunately not. We missed it by one game, which is kind of a slap in the face a little bit, but I've had experience in high school and in big games, obviously throughout the years, and I feel confident in big situations, and I feel like I'm at my best in those situations.
When were you told you were going to be held off for Sunday to go on Tuesday?
On Saturday, we were kind of gauging what we were going to do before the game, and it was a possibility that I could start the Saturday game or that I'd start this Tuesday game, and so I was kind of prepared for either option, and I'm happy with the outcome. I'm really excited that I get to go pitch against ASU in the postseason. So, I'm excited for the opportunity.
Do you remember your first outing against ASU?
I do, yes.
What went wrong in that one?
There's a couple things. I think we caught them at a bad time. Obviously, they were hot at the time. I didn't execute some of the pitches that I maybe wanted to. They got a few lucky hits, and then I let up a few big ones myself. And, I've taken all of that into consideration, and I feel really good going into this outing. I've refined a lot of the stuff, and I've changed a lot of my approach and everything, and I feel like I match up really well against them.
You're a poker guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about that game do you like, and is there anything you can translate, bring that into baseball?
Yeah, I've always just been competitive about everything. I try to compete at, if I'm just running polls or something, I'll try to win. And poker is just kind of an outlet that I can take away from baseball and relax a little bit, but still keep that competitive spirit and, keep my winning nature, I guess, out there. And so it kind of helps me take that competitiveness from off the field and then translate that to on the field. So,
do you find yourself maybe taking some gambles when you're pitching?
Yeah, I would say, but I would say that in poker, I'm more of a conservative player. I would say I don't try to gamble too much, and I would say that kind of translates into pitching. I don't try to, gamble on maybe the hitter. Okay, maybe if he sits this, he's going to hit it or not. I just try to pitch the best of my abilities and make all the pitches that I can.
Where in your game have you seen the biggest progressions over the course of this season?
I would say the biggest thing is probably my walks. Last year at JUCO, my stuff was there, and it was pretty similar to this year, but my walks were way higher. I wasn't commanding the ball as well as I could have, and obviously that's seen in the walk totals this year, and the strikeouts to walks ratio I think is definitely ticked up this year, and that's been the biggest jump.
Do you think part of that, I know you mentioned it earlier, is having that defense behind you, just knowing that I don't have to make a perfect pitch or that they got me behind?
I think that helps a ton. Obviously the outfield with Chase, Mack, and then Emilio or Costa or Summerhill, whoever's playing right. And then the infield with all the studs that we have there. Kiko's saved probably a million runs. Same with Nick and Tony and Mason at second, or Garen. Everybody's just kind of done their part, and then having those catchers behind and calling a good game, blocking and everything. It just takes a lot of the pressure off me as a pitcher. And I know that, even if I don't make the best pitch and somebody hits it hard, that there's a good chance that somebody behind me is really going to step up and, make a great play.
Thank you.
More questions? All right.